But one day, my little niece, Laura, ran into my salon crying Uncle Jeff and said the words that changed my life. Uncle Jeff, don't let me lose my hair. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Paul. Thank you for tuning into Hair Loss Solutions TV, a program dedicated to making you feel beautiful from the inside out. And for many of us, that starts with what's in and on our head.
And I'm Andrea, Jeffrey's co-host on this journey that we'll all take together to search out the best advice and choices for you as you're dealing with hair loss and the uncertainty that comes along with it. I know that your desire to help people with hair loss first came to you in a pint-sized form when your 9-year-old niece was diagnosed with leukemia. What happened in that moment for you?
You know, that was a transforming moment for me, to this day. I'd worked in Europe, I studied in Europe, I came back, I became a celebrity hairdresser, doing the President's of the United States, runway models from Milan to New York City. I was on top of the world as a hairdresser, and that was exciting. But one day, my little niece, Laura, ran into my salon crying Uncle Jeff and said the words that changed my life. Uncle Jeff, don't let me lose my hair. 35 years ago, I had no idea what that meant. And I said, what are you talking about? Somebody make fun of you? What's going on? And she said, no, I have leukemia. And she couldn't even pronounce it. I have leukemia. And her father came in, said there's a wonder drug just being developed now called chemotherapy. But it comes with a side effect of hair loss. And those words came out of his mouth. She goes, but Uncle Jeff, I'm going to be in a gymnastic competition and I have to have my hair. So I said, you'll have it. Unbeknownst to me what that meant. So we worked with some manufacturers and the Cleveland Clinic with some prosthetic companies to come together with not only a hairpiece, but something would stay on her head for gymnastics. Well, we rolled forward fast to get it done, but we got it done the night before the event. So we played in the salon running around, but how do you compare what that's going to be like for the next morning? Well, the next morning, my wife and I, Zena, are there, and she goes through all the apparatus. She does everything, and she gets to that last event where she's got to run down the gym and hit the trampoline and over the horse. She looks at me, Andrea. She looks at me. I felt the sense of her glaze into my eyes. Everything stopped for me. She went through the process. She went over the horse. She came down, and she looked up in the audience and gave me a thumbs up. It chokes me to this moment. It really does. And that moment, I know I heard that whisper, that still quiet voice said that I knew God was talking to me. He said, I'm going to take the talent and gifts that you have, make beautiful people beautiful, and I'm going to take that and make beautiful people inside and out. And that was it. That was the change of career and Wigs for Kids startup.
You found your purpose in that moment, really. And it was that love for your family and passion for helping others that inspired this man to become an industry leader in hair loss solutions. Along with his wife, Zena, Jeffrey Paul opened the Jeffrey Paul Academy for women's hair thinning and loss, the only independent, non-manufacturer education and research firm to address hair loss. He then created the Restoring Beautiful Hair program, specifically for men, women, and children who need additional hair. Jeffrey Paul authored several books, including Solutions to Women's Hair Thinning and Loss, and what might be one of Jeffrey's most fulfilling accomplishments was starting the nonprofit organization Wigs for Kids, which has helped thousands of children who need wigs but can't afford them. Wigs for Kids provides wigs to every child in need at no cost to their family. Well, there's a lot of empowering going on when you work with your clients, and that's what we hope to accomplish here through Hair Loss Solutions TV.
And absolutely, Andrea, this is so important of a mission, empowerment of bringing together this show with all the things that are necessary to make people feel like they're not alone out there that are losing their hair. I know that you work and travel around the country and inspire other people to empower their lives. And you've written a book that I love, Live Your Playlist. That is such an exciting accomplishment.
It was on my bucket list of things to do. I always wanted to write a book, but I just didn't have time. I was traveling around the country, interviewing George Clooney and Denzel Washington, and you name it. I had a chance to sit down and talk with them and hosting a talk show. So my days and nights were filled with doing live TV and taped interviews. And then one day, I felt like I lost my identity. My job ended. I lost my job. And a number of other things happened in my life where I felt a lot of rejection from a serious relationship that ended, the professional life that I felt ended at the time. And then I had a lump on my back the size of my fist next to my spine. And I didn't know what it was. So I looked at myself in the mirror. At the time I was 36 years old, and I thought, I do not know who that woman is. I had a definition of who I thought she was, and suddenly it had all been stripped. And so that sent me on this journey where I put in my earphones every day, and I'd push play on my playlist, and I'd listen to music that would make me cry, and other music that would make me angry, and some songs that would motivate me. And I realized while I was healing through my music, I was living the lyrics I was listening to. I was living my playlist. And so I was like, oh, aha, well, now I have nothing but time. And so that was the journey of how I, in essence, birthed a new identity and to tell my story, which was really about empowering other people, specifically women, to help themselves through those times when they feel unfulfilled professionally, or they go through betrayals and heartbreak, or they have a health scare. And those, I think, are universal themes along with the power of music.
And they're not alone.
They're not alone.
Because they have the same kind of image and feeling that you had. That's wonderful. That book is incredible. We're going to share that with you for sure to be able to get that into your playlist as well. We have a great show ahead for you and many shows to come, filled with inspiration, as you just heard now from Andrea, and knowledge that it will empower you. And all the tools that you need to feel like a true self again, a true you, a beautiful you, inside and out. Thank you for joining us on Hair Loss Solutions TV. And remember, beauty begins within.
Hair Loss Solutions TV with Jeffrey Paul thanks our sponsor, Wigs for Kids, a nonprofit changing lives by providing free wigs to children experiencing medical hair loss.
Hair Loss Solutions with Jeffrey Paul is back with even more expert insights, real success stories, and the latest breakthroughs in hair thinning and loss technology. If you're ready to take the next step in understanding and solving your hair and scalp concerns, make sure to hit the subscribe button, tap on the notification bell, and follow us on social media.